Hello, YouTube. This is Mr. Bakari, and today we are going to graph ellipses. Okay, so first thing I'd like to go over is what the equation, the form of the equation looks like, and the actual ellipse, and let's label the parts. So this equation happens to be a horizontal ellipse. And the way we know that by looking at the equation is that a squared is with your x term. Okay? So if a squared is with your x term, then it is horizontal. If a squared is with your y term, then it is vertical. Now, looking at our horizontal ellipse, the longest axis, which in this case would be the horizontal one, is called the major axis. The major axis has two vertices. We call them major vertices. Okay. They're just these 2 points at the outside of the ellipse. And then the shorter of the two axes is the minor axes. And these have co-vertices that are located here on the outside of the ellipse. Okay. Our center is HK. That's the center of our ellipse. And we have two focus, which the plural of focus is foci. So they are labeled foci, and they are c distance from the center. Okay. All right. So looking at our equation over here, HK is the center of our ellipse up top. And then we've got a squared and b squared. Now, a squared, let's see, if we take the square root of a squared, we get a. And if we double a, that's the length of our major axis. Okay. If we take the square root of b squared, we get b. And if we double that, we get the length of our minor axis. Okay. All right. Now, we can rotate this ellipse, which I will do right now. And now it is a vertical ellipse. Okay. And now we will use this form of the equation. Notice now that a squared is with your y term. Okay. But nothing else has changed. Now the major axis is vertical, the minor axis is horizontal. Okay. The foci are always on the major axis, so they stay with the major axis. They are c distance away from your center. Okay. And you've got your major vertices and your co-vertices. All right, up here in the top right-hand corner, we've got eccentricity. And if you've watched an earlier video, eccentricity just describes how circular the conic section is. So a circle has an eccentricity of 0, and as you deviate from a circle, that number increases, okay? The way we find that number for an ellipse is we divide C by A, okay? Now, a squared minus b squared equals c squared is our focal equation for ellipses. Okay, this locates the foci for us. Okay, so we're going to use this to find c, or we can, if we're ever given c, we can find a with this equation, and same with b. All right, so your eccentricity, the one thing I will leave with here is it's always between 0 and 1 for an ellipse. So when you write c divided by a, it should be a proper fraction between 0 and 1. Okay, if it's greater than 1, it's a hyperbola. If it's equal to 1, it's a parabola. And of course, if it's 0, it is a circle. All right, so let's look at a couple examples here. So we're given an equation, and notice the larger of the two numbers will always be your a squared, okay? So the larger denominator here is 16, so that's our a squared, and we note that it is with our x term, so we have a horizontal ellipse, okay? Horizontal ellipse. All right. Now, the center of our ellipse is right here, HK. So that will be negative 2, 3. So I'll come over to the graph and graph that. Negative 2, 3. There's our center. Okay, and the vertices, like I said on the previous slide, this is a squared. So if we take the square root of 16, we have a. So a equals 4. So if I go left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's one of my major vertices. And I go right 1, 2, 3, 4, there's the other major vertice. And now that is my major axis. Okay? Now, the other denominator here is b squared. It will be the smaller of the two with an ellipse. Okay? If we take the square root of that, we get b, which would be 3. So now from our center, I can go up 3, 1, 2, 3, and there is a co-vertice, and down 3, 1, 2, 3, and there is a co-vertice. All right, now I will outline my ellipse. All right, and there we have it. Okay. All right, so we can label the vertices now. So we'll label those. The major vertices are at 2, 3, and -6, 3. Okay. All right. Those are your major vertices. Now, if you are asked to label or to write down the minor vertices, we'll write those down. That's -2, 0, and -2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And those would be your co-vertices. Major vertices, co-vertices. Okay? Now, to find the foci, we have to find C. Okay? Now we know A and B, we've got that here, but we do not know C. So that's where our focal equation comes in. All right. It's A squared minus B squared equals C squared. Okay. So we have a Pythagorean relationship here. It's not quite Pythagorean theorem, so be careful. It's A squared minus B squared. All right, now I'm going to just plug in A squared, which is 16, B squared, which is 9, and that gives me 7. So if C squared is 7, I'll take the square root of that to get C, which is root 7. Okay? So C, remember, is the distance from the center to the foci, both ways, and the foci lie on your major axis. So the square root of 7 is between what two numbers? That's how I want to think about this as I come over here and label it on my graph, okay? Well, the square root of 9 is 3, and so the square root of 7 would be between 2 and 3 because the square root of 4 is 2. So I would estimate this between 2 and 3. So I'm going to go over 1, 2, and let's just say a half, and 1, 2 and a half, and there are my foci. Okay. Now, to give instruction on where your foci are, to label the points, the coordinates, we want to follow this. For a horizontal ellipse, okay, your foci are going to be located at H plus or minus C, comma, K. And for a vertical ellipse, your foci will be at H, comma, K plus or minus C. Okay, so that's kind of the formula you can use there. And what you're doing is you're just giving directions, just like you would any other coordinate, to the foci from the origin. Okay, so let's do that. So to get to the center, I must go left 2. So I'm going to write left 2. And then plus or minus root 7, comma, up 3. And if you will notice, we've got a horizontal ellipse, and this foci, these coordinates here, are H plus or minus C, comma, K. Okay? All right, the eccentricity, now that we know C, is C over A, so that is root 7 divided by A, which is 4, and this is a proper fraction, so that's good. The eccentricity will always be between 0 and 1 for an ellipse. The major axis, we're referring to the length of it here, and we've got 8. That's just 2A. And the minor axis is 6, which would be 2B. And we are done. Okay? So let's look at one more example. All right, here we will notice that the larger of the two denominators is with your y term. So that is your a squared. So that is our a squared. Then a is the square root of 64, which would be 8. Okay, that would make our other denominator, the smaller of the two, b squared. So if I take the square root of that, I'm going to get 4. And of course, HK is going to be our center. So our center is at 1 comma negative 4. 1 negative 4. There we go. Now we will note this is a vertical ellipse because a squared is with our y term. Okay, so we are going to be graphing a vertical ellipse. All right, now let's look at our vertices. With a vertical ellipse, we will have a vertical major axis. So I'm going to take A, which is 8, and go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from my center, and down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then for my minor axis, I'm going to look at B, and I'm going to go left 4 from center. 1, 2, 3, 4. And right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I will outline my ellipse. And there we go. Okay. All right. Now, if you're asked to label the vertices, go ahead and do that. So our major vertices, okay, that's the longer axis, is at 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 12. 1, negative 12. All right, major vertices. My minor vertices are at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 4, and 1, 2, 3, negative 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, negative 3, negative 4, minor vertices. Okay? All right, now we need to find the foci. So again, we are going to use our focal equation here, which is a squared minus b squared equals c squared. All right. Now, a squared is 64. B squared is 16. Okay. So we get 48 for c squared, which means that c is the square root of 48. Now, the square root of 48 can be simplified to 4 root 3. Okay. All right. Now that we have A, B, and C, we can write the foci. So 4 root 3, easier to estimate the square root of 48. So the square root of 48 is almost 7. So it's between 6 and 7. So I'm going to go to my major axis. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And here's 7. I'll just go in the middle. But that is almost 7. And now we'll go back to the center and go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and a half. And there is my foci. Okay. Now, to write those coordinates, it's a vertical hyperbola. It's a vertical ellipse. So for a vertical ellipse, our foci are going to be at h, comma, k plus or minus c, okay, for the vertical ellipse. So we'll come over here. H is 1, comma, k is -4, plus or minus, and I will put 4 root 3, which is a simplified square root of 48. Okay? And that will take you to the two foci. All right. Now our eccentricity is c over a. So 4 root 3 is c, and a is 8. The 4 and the 8, we can simplify that to 1 over 2. So that's going to be root 3 over 2. So I'm going to just get rid of this. Always want to simplify everything. So root 3 over 2. And that is a proper fraction. So we always want to check our eccentricity for an ellipse is between 0 and 1. That checks out. So we're good. All right, moving on. Our major axis. How long is the major axis? Well, it's 8 up and 8 down. So that's going to be 16. And the minor axis is 4 left and 4 right, which would be 8. And we are done. Okay? So that's graphing ellipses. Hope that helps you out, and I will see you in the next video.